The latest argument was sparked by excessive jealousy. This jealousy could have come from you or from him, but most likely and most clearly it was from him. Suffocating jealousy made the situation escalate and turn into a huge problem. Welcome to a new episode of the Zodiac and Tarot World program with me, Tariq Khalifa. This episode is dedicated to Sagittarius predictions from April 16th to 30th, 2026 in all areas. We will continue our discussion after the break. First, allow me to invite you to like and share the video as widely as possible so that the largest number of people can benefit from it. And if this is your first time watching the channel, please subscribe and activate the bell on all to receive all future episodes of the Zodiac and Tarot World program. We will start the predictions with a general and detailed love reading for all Sagittarius natives. And we will begin by talking about those who are separated. All love readings can very likely have reversed energies. Your energy is cold, but it's a provocative coldness, and your indifference is nerve-wracking. It's clear that this person has completely cut you off and disappeared entirely from the picture, acting as if they're not aware of anything happening around them. Right now, they're playing the role of the upset or withdrawn person very skillfully, and it's possible that they really have decided to withdraw, but what's certain in their energy is that they're projecting this idea of withdrawal just to get under your skin. The most likely scenario is that this ignoring is intentional and carefully planned. He wants to push you to the boiling point. And that in itself is upsetting and bothering you even more than the original reason for the conflict. You, Sagittarius, feel like you've done everything that could possibly be done. You've made compromises, tried to open doors, and been as patient as Job. But this person neither sees nor appreciates any of it. The situation between you and them is stuck and just won't get fixed. And every time you try to move things forward one step, they go 10 steps back. To the point that you've reached complete despair with this person and your relationship with them. You no longer have a shred of hope that this person could change or that this relationship could light up again. Its energy carries a strong tone of sadness. The feeling of disappointment and abandonment is heartbreaking because you thought you meant more to them than this. And it's very clear that this person was always shirking their responsibilities and avoiding any duty towards you or towards the relationship. Despite his shortcoming, at other times he would show up and turn into a domineering person, imposing his opinion in a dictatorial way and wanting everything to go exactly as he wished. He acted with the mentality of taking without giving. He would cling to his rights to the utmost degree and completely ignore his responsibilities. There was a great deal of selfishness in the way he treated you. Let me tell you the shocking truth. 90% of the time, he's dealing with you now in a way that's basically what's called women's cunning. He's deliberately ignoring you just to annoy you. And he's doing this on purpose because he wants to punish you for your reactions in the recent situations that happened between you two. The last argument was sparked by excessive jealousy. This jealousy could be coming from you or from him. But most likely and most clearly it was from him. A suffocating jealousy that made the situation escalate and turn into a huge problem. His distance during this period is either a real withdrawal because he can't go on with this jealousy, or more likely he's trying to discipline you for something you did that he didn't like. And most likely he convinced himself that this situation involved a transgression or a betrayal of his trust in you. Even though the truth might be much simpler than that. But he decided to take on the role of the broken victim who simply can't go on after what happened. Despite everything he does, this person actually sees you as very special and recognizes that you have many qualities, both in appearance and character, and he knows your true worth as a person. That's why he uses the weapon of ignoring you so harshly, because he knows that's the one thing that can truly break a Sagittarius's pride and make them go in circles. Right now, Sagittarius, you're at a crossroads between your sadness over being let down and your pride, which refuses to accept this cheap way of being disciplined. The situation requires you to take a firm stand so you don't waste any more time waiting for someone who intentionally wants to hurt you. Your partner's feelings. Let me dive deeper with you into the behind the scenes of this person's thoughts and analyze their energy, which is full of contradictions, so we can understand why they're currently in hiding mode. The truth is, this person does feel some regret inside, but it's a very selective and strange kind of regret. They're not sorry for hurting you, nor for the harsh or cold way they treated you. They regret the things they didn't do and the things they didn't say. This all happened in the past, and if they had done those things, it might have helped them control the situation more or made them look better in your eyes. The thing that really wore them down and exhausted their nerves in this relationship is that they see you as a steel-like person. They're fully aware that you're much stronger than they are and that your personality commands respect while he feels powerless in front of it. You're the type who never gets caught making mistakes, and you stand up to him firmly in every little thing. And you don't tolerate him trying to exert any kind of false power or control over you, and that's what always makes him feel helpless. And that's why withdrawing has become his favorite habit. He knows he can't get anything out of you, right or wrong, neither by kindness nor by force. Your words, your reasoning, and the strength of your personality make him feel just how small he is. So that's why this final withdrawal was his only refuge. He ran away because he doesn't know what to do with you, and because running away is the only thing he knows how to do to hide his failure to confront you or convince you of his point of view, whether he's right or you are. This person looks at you with a mix of awe and fear. He sees that you have a package of personal qualities that would make anyone wish for just a glance from you, starting from your distinctive appearance to your charisma and your classy way of dealing with people, and that's what always keeps him on edge. This anxiety is the main driver behind his excessive and suffocating jealousy. He's afraid of losing you, and even more afraid that you'll meet someone who truly appreciates your worth, or that someone might come into your life and show you the difference between him and someone who can truly embrace you. And let me tell you a secret that really hurts him. He's not jealous for your sake. He's jealous of you personally, jealous of your strength, and of the fact that even in the midst of separation and pain, you still stand on your own 2 feet and your stance remains strong, unlike what happens to him because he feels lost without you. He calculates it logically, weighing things up, and he knows that the options available to you in life and in being with someone else are much better opportunities than anything he could ever have, if he even has a chance at all. He sees you as someone anyone would desire, while his own options are limited and conventional. That's why he always despairs, feeling that in the end, he's the biggest loser in this equation. And don't be fooled by the calmness he shows, or think that his withdrawal means he's sitting back, relaxed, and happy. The truth is, he's extremely tense and boiling inside, and he overthinks it 1,000,000 times a day. But his fragile pride stops him from saying anything. He resorts to running away because engaging with you in any objective discussion or even a heated argument feels like suicide to him. And he knows he'll lose that argument in the very first round against your logic and strength. There's another sensitive point that makes him feel inferior and reinforces his sense of inadequacy compared to you, which is that you most likely belong to a higher social class or cultural level than he does, or you have a much broader and more successful network of social relationships and connections than he does. You are an open-minded and well-liked person with a strong presence, while he might be withdrawn or his presence seems dull next to yours. And this always makes him try to belittle you or withdraw so that you feel like you are the one who needs him, when in reality, he is the one who derives his value from having you in his life. You are the light that always exposes his flaws, and that's why he chose darkness and running away, so he wouldn't have to face his broken reality in front of your overwhelming strength. My advice to you, this time the advice isn't just words. It's a roadmap to help you get out of the maze that this person trapped you in with his withdrawal and provocative indifference. You need to calm down and think clearly and try to understand the real motive behind his behavior. Is he really afraid of your strength, as we said? Or is this just a cheap tactic to break your pride and make you chase after him? When you understand what drives him, you'll know when to strike and when to withdraw. If it happens and he starts talking again, You have to be decisive. Speak to him clearly about your feelings and your needs. And don't let the strength you're building stop you from setting things straight. Tell him what hurts you and what you need for this relationship to continue. And don't settle for half measures. And most importantly of all, set your boundaries and make sure they are respected. If this person finds the door even slightly open, he'll come back in and ruin your life again. So he needs to know that there are red lines he has crossed, and because of that, he is immediately out of your life with no return. At this stage, Sagittarius, put yourself first. Stop wasting your energy and thoughts on someone who runs away whenever anything happens in life. Focus on your success, your charisma, and your social life, which in fact is what he's jealous of in the first place. And to be completely honest, if you sit with yourself and realize that all these attempts are like blowing air into a punctured balloon and that the problem isn't being solved, then you really need to seriously consider ending this relationship for good. Why? Because you deserve someone who matches your strength, not someone who runs away from your shine in life. Because life is far too short to waste it waiting for a weak person who can't even face themselves, let alone face you. Let him stay in his withdrawal, and you keep moving forward, and fate will surely send you someone who appreciates a bow that never bends backward. To all the singles out there. Look, single Sagittarius, you'll find that the general vibe is spontaneous attraction. You're not pretending, and you've come to realize that anyone who loves you has to accept your craziness, your travels, and your endless ideas. There's an energy of meeting someone new that could come from a short trip, a course you're taking, or even a random outing. And there's someone who has caught your eye or will catch your eye, since we're talking about future energy. And this person will have a lightheartedness similar to yours. This time, the comparison makes you realize that you're not tied down to anyone, and now you're looking for a companion to share the journey with you before any traditional romantic talk. And the advice here is to live the moment sincerely and let your usual honesty be your trademark, because it's the best thing about you. For those who are in relationships or married, here we're talking about breaking the routine. This time, Sagittarius, you need your partner to step outside the box with you. And it's time for genuine laughter from the heart. There's a desire for you both to do something active together. It could be a shared sport or trying out a completely new place or even planning a trip far away. Your cleverness in making your partner feel free with you, not from you, is what will make the affection between you grow. You'll find that your conversations become joyful and very comfortable, far from any restrictions. Work. By the end of April, Sagittarius will be the successful advisor. There's a bold idea or suggestion you've been afraid to share, and this is the perfect time to bring it to light. You're not someone who plays it safe, and your belief in the long-term vision is what puts you ahead of everyone else. There's recognition or talk about expanding your activities or about international or long-distance cooperation, and its signs will start to appear in the last week of April. This time, your success comes from your contagious optimism and your ability to bring the team together in a way that makes everyone work with passion, and that puts your professional prestige at its peak. Money. For Sagittarius, the financial situation is fluid and full of opportunities. There's a sum of money coming your way, which could be from extra work, a gift, or profit from something you sold. This money is coming so you can treat yourself and buy that thing you've always wanted, whether it's for a trip or a hobby. What's great is that you've become naturally smart when it comes to financial dealings, and you spend more on experiences and memories than on material things. And you've started to avoid any debts that could restrict your freedom. Honestly, that's a good move that makes you like a free bird, and you know how to manage your affairs with flexibility. Health. You need to release your energy through movement and activity. Sitting at home or in the office makes you feel sluggish or tense, so you have to give your body its due by running or walking in the fresh air. And be careful with fast food that's not guaranteed to be healthy. Try to pay a bit more attention to your meals. Your body needs sunlight and fresh air, and you need to disconnect from the hustle and bustle of the streets. And if you set aside some time for yourself to practice a sport that involves a bit of challenge, that will be a very positive thing. In the end, Sagittarius, the world is an open book, and you are the hero of the story. Always stay optimistic. Your smile is what opens doors for you that others see as closed. With that, we've reached the end of the predictions, and I would really appreciate it if you leave your comments about how much these predictions apply to you, because that's something that matters to me a lot. Like and share the video as widely as possible so that the largest number of people can benefit from it. And if this is your first time watching the channel, please subscribe to the channel and activate the bell icon by selecting all to receive all future episodes of the Astrology and Tarot World program. This was Tariq Khalifa with you. See you next time.